Okay, today I just wanted to do a video on how I made this picture frame jig. Somebody asked and I just wanted to show how I did this one. It's not too bad. So you just start off with a piece of ply and I just wanted to show the overall size of mine. 29 and 3/4 basically. And then it's 14 inches wide. The ply big enough to fit the ruler and a kind of little bit of extra space around. I mean, there's no set size, it's just big enough to house your ruler and stuff. Lay it onto your table, just, you know, with nothing, with the blades going to be down then. I'll just put that down, I think let's see. And then you want to get a square, set it to 45 degrees, and then set it up against the fence and slide it down until this is sitting exactly along the piece of ply. Yep, so hopefully that's in focus. You can see there, that's set to a 45-degree angle. Push it nice and flat up against the fence and bring it down, and you can see there it'll sit perfectly along that board. So once that board's at that angle, then you want to mark out where your grooves are in your table saw. So I mean, all you really got to do there is, you know, what I've done, mark a centre line and mark a centre line at the top up here, and then draw a straight line between them. And then if you just get your calipers and measure the slot in your table saw, and you can cut this on the laser to the right thickness as well. Like if your table saw's got the little keyholes like this, then you're probably better off to fit them in if you can. I didn't on mine, but I would recommend it, because what happens is when you bring it back sometimes, like this wants to flip up. So yeah, just for a bit of extra safety, you can, you know, make sure it's hooked in there. So you just do that with both the lines. So now you've got this board sliding up and down nice and smoothly at the 45-degree angle from your fence. So now, like once you've got that and you've got them fixed on there, you don't need the fence anymore. And then all I did was, I got a piece of birch plywood and when I cut my ruler, I cut another piece of birch plywood on the laser and shrunk the file down, just made it smaller and just cut the outside. So under here is just another shape that's the same as the ruler, but it's smaller. I just scaled it down. You can see it don't reach the ends even. So I've got the piece of birch plywood underneath there, and all I did was make this like this. 2 pieces of birch plywood and then a piece of offcut, so you've got something to sit your work up against. And then that just slides right on from the end. And then I just put this little block to, you know, make it a little bit more stable. And that actually will hold basically where you need it. I mean, you could always put a screw through or something and make sure, but I mean, if you check the measurement each time, it's pretty accurate, because I'll just zoom in there a bit more. You can see there, you can get it exact, you know, like if you wanted it 10 inches, you know, like you can get it right on there. And then that will actually, this is the wrong way round, but that will actually measure into your rabbet. Yeah, and so once you've got this set up, everything's ready to go. All you're going to do is with this first pass, not have nothing on here, and just run through the level. Make sure when you screw it, you put your screws either side like that, and don't screw one into this corner, because you're going to have to cut right through that. So, and actually, I believe on that file is also the line I drew, the 45 line. But if it's not on that file, all you want to do is draw a line from the top corner to the bottom corner, so that you've got that 45 degrees, and that way when you cut it on your table saw, then you know 100% that is, you know, at the 45. Now all you do is you're gonna, you know, cut your piece of wood ready for your picture frame, plane it down and whatever you do, and then just rub it out your hole. I just use a router and just rub that out, and then the rabbit side, like, always goes over the ruler. So now basically, the first thing you do is cut this end off. So I'm just going to show an example. So yeah, you see that was over the ruler. I cut it through this way. I didn't want to go to the end. I don't really want to get my fingers in there too close just to show this. But so normally, I mean, you'd go to there and cut that at a complete 45. And then you switch it to this side and like this. Say, well, you can see I need to cut it there. So the most I can get out of that is 3 inches. So I'll just slide this down to the 3-inch mark. And then, like I say, you can lock it down however you want to lock it down, but that does hold pretty well. And then it's actually measuring from here to here 3 inches. So you can cut, you know, whatever this measurement is. If I went on the laser and I cut something that was 8 inches by 10 inches, I would actually set this to 8 inches by 10 inch, you know, 8 inches first. So I'd do this first cut, 45 on that end. I would bring this to the 8 inches, slide this right in and cut that end. So now you've got a perfect 8 inches measured from the inside of your rabbit. And then you'd get your other sides, slide this down to the 10 inches, push it through this way first, you know, this way first, and get your 45, swap it over, slide it down to the 10-inch mark, push that one through, and now you've got exactly 10, you know, and that way. Yeah, it works out really nice, does nice corners. It's simple and it's pretty safe because you can see you would never really be making a picture frame this short, but you know, like, you can keep your fingers out of the way, you've got something nice to grip it up against. So yeah, that's basically how I did it. And like I say, I'll just show this piece one more time a bit closer up. Yeah, and that's literally all it is. Same spacing of the little block that I made underneath. And then, you know, just a way to keep it staying on there. Sure, you could probably think up a bit better way. So yeah, you can see there. Like I say, as long as you use the same material here as what you do underneath your ruler, then you know it's guaranteed it's going to fit. I mean, you can make these out of acrylic and put your own design. You could actually make it a lot nicer. So hopefully I explained that pretty well. But if there's anything I missed or anything else you want to know, just let me know in the comments and I will get back to you on it. So thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll put out another video as soon as possible.